Unc is in trouble. Yeah, man. Unc is out here, got allegations against him, but I don't know that I believe any of it.
You know who it's from. You already know who it's from.
Buzbee.
Yeah, man. You got to look at it kind of sideways.
I'll tell you this. There's actually, for me, 3 reasons why I don't believe any of this. That being one of the main ones. Tony Buzbee. Oh, I already have to look at that. With
his name attached to lawsuits like this is gonna be sullied for a while.
Facts.
Gonna be sullied for a while. Maybe he should find, another genre of law.
Facing a $50 million civil lawsuit. So it's kind of another thing.
And he's never trying to take nobody to jail, man. He never trying to get nobody locked up. Just pay me and we'll go away quietly. That's okay.
Yeah, okay. So Tony Buzbee in a civil case, that's enough immediately to give it a side eye. Recently, there's been talks that Shannon Sharpe is going to get a huge deal,
big payday, yep,
for his podcasting, which makes sense because his we say a lot about the content that he puts out from time to time, but it's got all the eyes on it, right? Club Shay Shay Nightcap is constantly making buzz for one reason or another. So it's hard not to believe that may have something to do with it. The timing is just really weird. I feel like we just started hearing news about that within the last week or two, and then all of a sudden a lawsuit pops out of nowhere. Tony Buzbee, civil case. That's 2 reasons.
Yeah.
Reason number 3. So he's been in a relationship, accordingly, with this woman. He met her at a gym back in 2023. Okay. So he's been kind of engaging in some sort of relationship with her since then. With the whole My Michelle thing happening, and then them having apparently situations in 2024, 2025, it leads me to believe that maybe she's just scorned, jealous. She found out about this Michelle situation and she probably wasn't happy at some level. All right, this is Shannon Sharpe's response. This was on his Twitter. Supposedly legal counsel went through and said what they needed to say through this. So these are supposedly from texts that he was sent from her. One of the texts says, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking me." This one says, "I know you miss this big juicy ass, $25K for each cheek." Not only that, but as we look at the bottom here, contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual sex continued until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she asked for $25,000 per cheek, as quoted above from her text message to Mr. Sharpe. There are other examples of texts from the Jane Doe. For example, and okay, it gets really wild from here, including the words "big black baby." It gets crazy.
Hold on, whoa.
You know what I mean?
Is that him to her?
No, these are from her to Shannon Sharpe.
What? No.
The evidence paints a clear picture. This is a consensual adult relationship that included role-playing, sexual language.
Hey, but okay, see, you know what? I was starting to get the vibe from the text. Now I understand. You know what, Shannon? You play freaky ass games, you get freaky ass outcomes. You know what? I'm gonna wash my hands of it and I'm gonna just sit back and watch, because that's what you get. That's what y'all get for out here playing these dumbass games with okay. You gonna let that woman Doja Cat you. Now she trying to get you caught up on all the shit that you was doing with her, thinking that the shit was gonna be private. You niggas need to go heal. You need to go heal. And you need to ask yourself why you want a slave owner to have sex with you. You really need to dig in deep and understand what's going on with you that makes you want to have sex with your slave master. I'm serious. You're never wrong. I won't understand that kink. I would never understand it. I won't ever understand it, and understand why it's so secretive, and understand why she was asking $25,000 from you, because that's the type of shit you don't want nobody to know.
No, I
don't want nobody to know. I understand why he released a text message, because you're definitely not about to fleece me on no bogus $50 million lawsuit or whatever the hell it is. But not a good look. Not a good look at all. don't. Like you already breaking Dr. Umar's rules, but then you found the worst one. Like you found the absolute worst one to find.
Look, I stamp everything you just said. Stamped.
Yeah, we out of here.
The way we got to that was crazy because it was like, oh, this is good. This is okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, role playing. Oh,
a big black what now? Oh, okay. I see what you on. What you on, and I see what you like. And if you gonna play them games, that's what you gonna find. So have fun. Have fun. If that's what you went to, brother. Can't help you. Can't be helped.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if it gets him out of the situation, great. But yikes.
Never gonna look at the man the same.
Yikes. There is a case out there with a woman named Michelle as well. I just want to throw that out there too.
A case for who?
Apparently, there's a lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe by a woman named Michelle.
Fuck. Now that's probably for the lie.
I'm thinking because it was defamation, and then I think it was something else. So I think that might have been related to the lie. I can't confirm because there could be anybody named Michelle, but
we all was doing the Dr. Umar. We're not gonna talk about our brother Shannon Sharpe getting snow bunny. We're not gonna talk about our brother Shannon Sharpe getting snow bunny. We are not gonna talk about our brother Shannon Sharpe getting snow bunnied. But how did that go on live? That's what I want to know. How did our brother Shannon Sharpe go on live? He says he doesn't know how to go on live. How did you accidentally go live? Because I know if I go on live right now, I got to hit 3 or 4 buttons to make it go live. Did he get snow bunnied, or is my brother Shannon Sharpe a liar? We need to know. We need these answers. We need to know.
Facts.
Because that shit never made sense. Never made a lick of fucking sense.
Nope.
And if she's suing him for defamation, spitballing theories here, hoax that she didn't necessarily want to go along with, but kind of got convinced to do, or she was unwitting to the whole ordeal, and it ended up being a little bit more orchestrated than what was portrayed at the onset. Both plausible, have no evidence to either, just kind of throwing shit in the dark. But I mean, she's obviously suing for a reason. If it was a hoax, how hard is it to let her in on it? Like it gets a little gross when you find out that it was a hoax, but you planned it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you went live and then put your phone somewhere where she wasn't gonna see it, and then went about your business and just ignored all the calls and everything. Like that was another thing. Your live never stopped for people to call you. Like nobody tried to FaceTime you to get that motherfucker to stop. No one tried to call you to get it to stop.
You was on Do Not Disturb.
You on Do Not Disturb, but you went live? People was talking to you in the comments, like answer, pick up, trying to call you. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about any of these cases. Allegedly. We will see how the rest of this shit is coming out. But the Buzbee thing, man, he may just smell blood in the water.